I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed it quite a bit. I thought the action was good, story was alright, but it got the job done.
Hey guys, Luang here. Today I'm with Rohan.
Hello.
A person that likes movies and person that likes movies that I haven't been able to see a movie with, I think, for over a year. Mm-hmm. So really great to be seeing our first movie together in over a year. It's a very big moment for me. And what are we seeing, Rohan?
We saw Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat. So for those of you that don't know, Mortal Kombat is a game that they basically turned into a movie. And from what we know, games converting into movies is usually bad.
Terrible.
So for those of you that know Monster Hunter, don't watch that.
Oh, did you watch that?
I didn't watch it, but I just know it looks shit. Anyway, but today we're here to review Mortal Kombat. So we're at Macquarie Cinema, and Mortal Kombat is basically something that they've done a movie for 20 years ago. Coming to this movie today, we didn't have a lot of expectations.
No, they were very low.
We saw the YouTube trailer, we thought this looks cool. It's an excuse to go see a movie. The only other movie in cinema right now is Godzilla vs. Kong. Yep. Which I didn't want to see, and Rohan had already seen.
I've already seen.
Was fine.
It was fine.
And if you've seen Godzilla vs. Kong, is this better than that?
I like this better. I just thought there was a lot more going on.
So obviously that's a pretty succinct review already. So first of all, as for what Mortal Kombat's about, it's about basically we've got a Japanese guy gets attacked by a Chinese guy, and unfortunately there's problems that happen with his family, and that leads to 20 years later where his descendant.
I think it's more than 20 years.
A couple hundred years later, where his descendant has a dragon mark, which means he's a champion that needs to fight in the battle for Earth versus outer world,
Other places. Earth. I don't know.
Yeah, it's just a movie where you've got people kind of fighting, killing each other, very violent, R-rated, and a movie that we definitely have never seen this kind of violence, I think, in a cinema movie before.
Not in a while.
So let's get down to what do you actually think of the movie?
I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed it quite a bit. I thought the action was good, story was alright, but it got the job done.
Yeah, I think one of the best things about this movie is that the action is really quite good in terms of like if you compare it to like Asian martial arts movies. Yes, there is still more cutting than that, but it's definitely better than most action movies in terms of how they deal with the action, how they show the scenes and the fighting, and a lot of these people do know how to fight, so it really works. The story, I think, is as much story as it needs to be. It's not overcomplicated, it's simple, it's straight to the point. They don't give you all the unnecessary fat that makes it like a 2-hour movie. It's like 90 minutes, and it breezed by. You could see, there's a lot of scenes in this movie that are like, we could have done more exposition, we could have made this action scene longer, but they really trimmed the fat on this, and I respect the editing on it because there's just some scenes where you could waste so much time, but they just get straight to the point.
Yeah, I think they just realized they knew the tone they needed to go for, and they went for it, and it's on point.
Do you think that if someone didn't know what Mortal Kombat was, they'd be able to enjoy this?
Yeah, you can get it. You can get out of it. I mean, because it might be a bit overwhelming because it's like they toss at least 10 characters at you.
Yeah.
Which have minimal introductions. They get a name and they have a superpower-ish thing, and that's about it.
Yeah, I think what's really interesting is that you start off with this catalog of like 2 characters, becomes 6. They slowly introduce 10 more. And we're following, and it's like Asian guy 1, Asian guy 2, white guy 1, white guy 2. But basically, this movie is actually really fantastic. If you like action movies, if you don't like stupid action movies and want ones that are actually just straight to the point, they give you what you want, they don't waste time, this is definitely the one for you. And it's actually got a lot of blood, so if you're okay with blood, quite good. Unique ways of killing people, just as in the Mortal Kombat games.
Surprisingly, the CGI is actually, on the whole, quite good.
True, anything
with ice is like...
looks amazing. But yeah, just generally very, very, really surprisingly good. And just shocking. What would you give it out of 10?
I'd give it a solid 8.
8 out of 10? I'd actually give it like, to be honest, for enjoyment, I'd give it like a 9. Just out of enjoyment. And if you're someone that just likes action movies, I think it's one of those ones that actually is quite solid, like you'd really enjoy it. So let's just quickly come over to some people who might want to be in the video. Hi, Arman. What would you give it out of 10?
There you go. 6.
Why?
Fight was decent. Story was pretty shitty in my opinion, but I mean, got the job done. I wasn't expecting a great story. It was kind of clearly rushed the second half of the movie. There was no actual tournament if you were expecting that.
Is it better? Have you seen Kong?
Yeah, I've seen Kong.
Yeah, is it better or is it better?
I'd say this is better because there are more fights.
So Kong is shit. Okay, I definitely don't need to watch that movie. Young.
Out of 10, I think I give it like a 4.
Oh.
To be honest, I
very
feel
contrasting.
like I really enjoyed the the action scenes, I thought they were good, especially from the beginning. But as the movie went on, it sort of went really, really low in terms of quality. I think the story didn't really make sense to me.
So you kind so I guess you kind of wanted more from the story.
I wanted more from the story, yes.
A bit thin,
and
yeah.
and the action was very good at the start, but started getting lower, I think, in quality
Interesting.
for me.
Cool. And Tristan, on the camera, what do you think?
It's good. What do I rate it? Maybe a 6.5. I mean, 7 probably. Enjoyment-wise, like, I hate to admit, it was pretty good. I'm not that sophisticated when it comes to movies, so very good.
So you guys, there you have it, a very contrasting opinion from a contrasting group of people. Definitely give it a go. I definitely think from the enjoyment factor, there's definitely some high numbers. As a movie itself, you might want a bit more from it, but yeah, definitely enjoyable. Don't forget to like if you like this review and subscribe, of course. And I hope to see you guys in the next video.